Alright, so this seat bracket is actually tacked on. I got it tacked on right now. I put it in the truck so we can see where exactly it needed to be. So that's how much we've had to cut off to make these brackets work right. So he's cleaning up the other, this top part. He's cleaning it up, and then I'm gonna weld it all on, and we'll go from there.
I close my eyes and jump right off the bridge, that's when it hit. I know that I should stop and call it quits, I'm fucking sick and twisted. They say I'm fucked in the head, Mossberg pump in a trunk full of lead. Crazy white boy rolling blunts in the shed with a knife by the pillow when I'm tucked in the bed. They looking at me crazy, is it something I said? You don't wanna know me when I run out of meds. Where I'm from, we only run from the feds, cause ever since we got this
It's a lot better once it's all filled up. Once it's all filled up, I'm gonna grind everything down and paint it and shit. I'll say it's that gap down there kind of fucked me. But I can fix all that. Ain't no big deal. Alright, so all well together, grind smooth. Now we gotta cut that end off, just make it even, make it look a little better. Alright, this one is done. Pretty even. One seat bracket down. Alright, y'all, so a little update. I got the seats are fabbed up. Well, the seat, I should say, because we ain't got brackets for those seat yet. But, so these are fabbed up. So all I gotta do now is rip the seat back out. We got some just like temporary bolts stuck in there just to hold it down so we get it all good positioned. It turned out pretty good. I gotta take that tape off, that's where I was centering and everything. But anyway, so I gotta rip the seat back out, finish welding up the bracket completely so it's good and stiff and ready to go, and throw the carpet in, and then it will be ready for the seat to go back in. And then also today the shifter mount came in. So like I said, we got all the holes drilled, all that just kind of fabbed up where we want it. So now I got to go get some bolts and nuts and washers and stuff for the seats and the shifter and get everything bolted in, and then we can put the cover on it and hook on the link. We still got to cut a hole for the linkage too. I forgot about that. And then we get all that done, and then we got to run a vacuum line from the trans to the back of the carb and put trans fluid in it, and we should be driving. And then this came in today, so it's another different setup of our gauges because I'm gonna build a new gauge panel. And so the gauge panel down here will only have like tack, speedo, and fuel, and then this will be like water temp, oil pressure, you know, stuff like that. So voltage, stuff like that, just cleans it up a little bit and it looks good. So all right, y'all, so there's that. It looks pretty good. And these are all power seats, so I got to run the wiring for the power seats and get it done. So once I get that, then we're good to go. So, all right, y'all, update y'all when I can. All right, so I got all the brackets welded on. So now I got to trim that off, make it look decent at least, and then I'm gonna get everything grinded down smooth and ready, and then I'm gonna shoot it with some paint. And then over here, there's the other seat. We got this, got it painted, so waiting on it to dry, and then it'll be ready to go in the truck. All right. Alright, so right now, just kind of getting everything cleaned up. Got them welds a little bit smoothed out, just trying to get a good base. Got that chopped, smooth, get it all cleaned up. So now I'm just gonna go down through here. I'm gonna get the rest of this weld down where it's good and, you know, fairly good and smooth. And then it'll be ready to throw some brake clean on it, get cleaned up, paint it. And then we also got to run these wires. And then, yeah, these wires. And then we're ready to try to get that carpet put in and shifter and all that. So, all right. All right. Done. Done. Now, just gotta clean it up, some brake clean, let it dry, and hit it with some paint, and go from there. Anyway, so this is done drying. It ain't even tacky anymore. And yeah, so looks pretty good actually. So now we got to figure out the wiring situation for the electric seats, because this is a power seat. Passenger side's a manual seat, so that's pretty good, I guess. And so yeah. Alright y'all, so now we're underneath the truck. So this is the vacuum line I've been talking about. So this is just, for right now, I'm eventually gonna run a steel line. But for right now, just to drive the truck in and out of the shop and stuff, for right now, until I get one, this is what I'm gonna use. So then this vacuum has to plug in right there on that nipple, which I gotta put a hose clamp on it, and then I gotta run it above the trans and run it. I believe it's gotta go in on the driver's side of the car, but I'm not 100%. But I gotta check on that. But so we gotta do that, and then here's our shift linkage. Shift linkage is all right here. So then we got to drill a hole probably somewhere in here-ish to run the linkage into the cab to hook it up to the shifter. And then after that, there's that freeze plug deal. And then after that, I think we're done down here. Besides, there's our shifter bolts. It's new seat bolts. And then we should be putting interior back in and get ready to drive it for the first time. So, all right, I'll update y'all here in a few. Okay, so we've got this vacuum line hooked up. So that's to run up to the carb on top of the bell housing. Dipstick is in place. Transcooler lines are on, starters hooked up. So now we gotta get the shift linkage. We gotta drill a hole. So that hole will probably go somewhere in here. If I had to guess, is probably where it's gonna end up going. So it's gonna loop down, back around, up and in, and then run to the shifter. And then this is for the torque converter lockout on the 700R that was in it. They had it wired some way to make it work with the 700R with the carb on it. Well, we don't need that, so I gotta chop that out. And yeah. All right, so now we're up top, and that vacuum line will hook right here where this is plugged off. So this has to be hooked up, and I got to hook that fuel line back in, get it clamped down good, and then put trans fluid in it, and then we should be good. So there, now we got that vacuum on here. And like I said, I'm gonna eventually clean up all these wires and all that and get it all looking better and cleaned up. And like this motor ain't even got the right spark plug wires on it. So Alright, I just want to test to make sure fuel pump's gonna run. Make sure we ain't got no leak. I'm not gonna start it. It's gonna be Yep. We got one leak over there. It's a real small one. A real slow drip, but you need to handle that. All it is the fitting to the fuel pressure regulator. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do here is I want to clean up this floor. A lot of these grommet spots and a lot of where that old sound deadening just kind of left a lot of bad residue and stuff, and I'm gonna just throw a little bit of quick paint just where it has that little bit of surface rush starting to show up on the floor in a couple places. I just want to touch that stuff up a little bit just so I ain't gotta worry about it. We're gonna have to get new sound deadening because that shit there is nasty and it's wet and stinks. So something else I gotta get. But yeah, so now I'm gonna get the shop vac out. I'm gonna shop vac all of it and then probably spray it down so I can wipe some brake clean just to get it real good and clean, and then I'll hit some places with some paint all over and just kind of touch it up a little bit in there just so it's a little more protected. All right, so it's wiped down, vacuumed, and now I'm just letting that air out a little bit, and then I'm going to hit it a couple spots with some paint just to kind of cover them back up, make them not rust. And then we'll let that dry, and then we'll throw some transmission fluid in it, hopefully, and maybe try to start it. It ain't been raining in a couple weeks, so yeah, we'll just go from there. Okay, so it's all sprayed. So now we just gotta let it dry. It don't look good, but it's not supposed to. You ain't gonna be able to see it. So, all right. Put the shifter exactly where it's going to be, and then we got to measure from this mountain hole 3 3/4 inches up
and mark that and cut a 1-inch hole in there for the linkage to come up and through before. So. All right, here we go. It's time to test the trans. The motor is not in tune yet, just a warning. Not reverse. There's neutral. There's drive, second. Let me get y'all on a better angle. All right. Damn it. Start it in gear. Dave's got the blazer going. Take two. Work shittily, but they work. I think she was running a little low on gas. She's running a lot better right now, so still ain't running good. Loud, open headers. Alright y'all, so I just want to get on here and say that this is going to be the end of part 2. There's so much that I have to add into this video that
there's just too much. So we're gonna do it in a 3-part series. So the next part will be us actually, once all the parts and stuff come in. I'm trying to do this so y'all have some content. So I have another video that I can just about upload. It's almost done. So, and it's not even based on the short bed or the Blazer. It's something completely different. So there's fresh content, all right, and it should be up. It should be the next video after this one. So this video, you know, we got it all going. It's pulling underneath its own power. Everything is good in the hood so far. All we gotta do now is get the motor in tune right, and, you know, fix some little kinks and stuff. The water pump is bad on the short bed now. It leaks. So I have to keep topping it off, but there's water pump on the way, and we're having some problems with the vacuum advance on the distributor in the short bed. So I have another distributor coming anyway, because I just wanted to put a new distributor in it and just put a tune up on it anyhow. So that'll be coming in, and then part 3 will be, you know, getting it in tune good, running great, shifting good, going down the road, everything good. And also getting the interior back together. So, and I mean, that's carpet and everything back in, seat done, little passenger seat done and bolted in, and everything good. So, all right, y'all. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see y'all in the next one.
Jealousy, but life goes on. Made it from the bottom, why it take so long? People hate